Hello everyone. So in this next part, we are going to look at a few more examples involving the distance travel for the area under the ground. So for question 2 here, the speed time graph shows the speed of Sheikh Mustafa's motorcycle for a period of 30 minutes when he fetches his child after extra class. Calculate the total distance in kilometer for a period of 30 minutes and the average speed in kilometer per hour for a period of 30 minutes. So now have a look at our graph. If you notice that our graph here, the unit of speed is kilometer per hour and the unit of time is in minutes. Therefore, when we want to do our calculation later, we must convert the time to hour. Next, to answer the first question, we need to calculate the total distance. So, based on the previous video, you know already that total distance is equal to the area under the graph. Before we can find the area, we need to determine what are the shapes that we have here. So, if you look at this carefully, the area under the graph can be divided in 1, 2, 3 shapes. The first shape is a trapezium, second one is a rectangle, and the third one is a triangle. So let's start calculating for question 8. So total distance equal to the area under the graph. Okay, so the area for the shape 1, let's just list the formula first. So area of a trapezium 1 is equal to 1 over 2 times sum of parallel side times with base plus shape number 2 is a rectangle. So the area of a rectangle is length times width plus next is a triangle. So the formula for area of triangle is 1 over 2 times base times height. Right? So now let's substitute our formula using the value. So for the trapezium, it's 1 over 2 times parallel side is 20 and 40. So 20 plus 40 times base. So the base here is 8. And remember, since this is in minutes, we must convert it to hour. So minute change to hour. Okay, minute change to hour is divide 60. So 8 divide 60. And then for the second shape, which is the rectangle, so it is length times width. So length here is 40 times width is 18 minus 8 is 10, and since this is minute, we need to change to speed to hour. So 18 minus 8 over 60. Let me put a bracket in front of them, and then plus the second shape, which is the rectangle. So 1 over 2 times base 30 minus 18, so 30 minus 18 divide 60, okay, because we need to change the minutes to hour, and then times with the height, so the height is 40. So you can press your calculator for 1 by 1 of the shape and you get your answer in kilometer. Okay, so you have 4 plus 6.67 plus 4. Okay, so sum it all, you get 14.67 kilometer for your answer. From the first example, we already know the total distance for a period of 30 minutes is 14.67 kilometer. Now, question B. Calculate the average speed in kilometer per hour for a period of 30 minutes. So do you still remember the formula for average speed? So average speed is equal to total distance travel over total time. And we already know the total distance from the first part, which is 14.67 kilometer, and then time we have 30 minutes. Okay, but remember the question here wants us to find in kilometer per hour. So 30 minutes we convert to hour, 30 divided with 60. And then you'll get your answer in kilometer per hour. So here you will get 29.34 kilometer per hour. Next example. Sarvez competes in the 100-meter event during the sports event in his school. The speed time graph shows the speed of Sarvez up to the finishing line. Calculate the value of t and the average speed of Sarvez in kilometer per hour. So initially, the speed here is in meter per second and the time is in second. Alright, so you are given the time taken by Sarvez to compete in a 100-meter event, which is t second. Alright, and another information that we know, the distance travel of this event is 100 meter, which means the area under the graph is equal to 100 meter. So now we want to find out the value of t. Remember that the area under the graph is equal to distance travel. So we know one thing for sure, the distance travel equal to area under the graph. And the distance travel by Sarvez here is 100 meter, right? And the area under the graph, well, this graph here can be divided in two shapes. First is the triangle and the second shape is the trapezium. So the area for the first triangle, let's just list down the formula first. 1/2 times base times height plus area of the trapezium is 1/2 times sum of parallel line times with the base. Right, so now just substitute each of the value. So 1/2 times the base for the rectangle, for the triangle is t minus 6. So just substitute t minus 6. And then height is 8. So this is the area of the triangle. And then the area of the trapezium is 1/2 times sum of parallel sides. So we have 8 plus 12. Okay, and then the base is t minus 6. So t minus 6. Okay, so we can solve it. 1/2 times t minus 6 times t. So 1/2 times 8. Okay, this can simplify to 4. So 4 times t, 40. 4 times negative 6, negative 24. Okay, and then plus 1/2 times 8 plus 12 will become 20. So 1/2 times 20, get 10. So 10 times t minus 6. Okay, so t minus t, 0 minus 6. Okay, minus 6 will become plus 6. Okay, positive 6. So 40 minus 24 plus 10 times 6 is 60. Okay, we still have 100 over here. So 100 plus 60, move to the other side, becomes minus 60. So 40 minus 24. Okay, so 100 minus 60, we get 40. 40 minus 24. So minus 24, move to the other side, becomes plus 24. So 40 plus 24 equals to 40. Okay, 40 plus 24, we have 64 equals to 40. And then we want to find t only, therefore 64 divide with 4. Okay, and you get your answer of t in second. Right, so your answer is 16 seconds. Next, we need to find the average speed of service in kilometer per hour. Okay, so first thing first, we find the average speed. Okay, so average speed is equal to total distance over total time. So total distance of service is 100 meter over total time is 16 seconds. So press a calculator. 100 divided with 16. Okay, 100 divided with 16, you get 6.25 meter per second. Okay, meter per second. Now your question here wants you to find in kilometer per hour. So to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, so please remember the conversion factor. Kilometer to meter times 1000, and then meter to kilometer will be divide 1000. Right, and then hour to minutes to second. So hour to second times with 60, minute to second times with 60. Second to minute, divide 60. Minute to hour, divide 60. Okay, so we have to divide 60 twice. Okay, so second to hour is actually divide 3600. Yeah, so we can convert it. So we only need to convert it. 6.25 meter per second is meter divided with 1000, and then divide with. Apologies guys, so I think it's easier if we directly convert it from here. Okay, so we have 100 meter, right? So change to kilometer will be divided with 1000. And then for the time, we have 16 seconds, right? So we divide directly with 3600. Okay, press your calculator and you get your answer in kilometer per hour. Okay, so I think this would be much easier. Okay, so 100 divided with 1000 over 16 divided with 3600. So you get 22.5 kilometer per hour. So that is the average speed of service. So I'll stop the video until here. If you have any question, we may discuss in the next lesson.